Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week's live. I hope you're all going well. We're now in August. With July has just flown by, so yeah, I want to touch a bit of base on how my July went, how August looks. Talk about the Rooshocks relaunch that I've been working on with the NFT project, and just hang out for 20 minutes or so. So, see, Chris has dropped by early. How are you, Chris? Hope you're going well. So yeah, I thought July just flew past very quickly. So what I want to do is have a bit of a chat about how it went, what's going on in August, what videos are hopefully coming out. As you'll see, I've been pretty busy trying to keep up with client work and try and get as much YouTube stuff out, which hasn't quite gone as planned. I did finish recording a video earlier today on private health. So I've got a video coming out on the tax implications of private health. So hopefully that one's of interest to people because I know that was a topic I get asked a lot. I'm going to cover hex debts in the next couple of weeks as well, hopefully. So trying to still look at these tax type topics, but look at some of the things that people are asking me all the time. I'm seeing a lot of clients at the moment, seeing a lot of number of people, and therefore kind of covering some of those things. Obviously, talk a little bit more about tax deductions and stuff like that. Chris, going well. It went fast, didn't it? Yeah, it sure did. It sure did. So yeah, if anyone's got any topic suggestions and stuff, as always, I do appreciate those suggestions. Yeah, being dropped, whether it's on YouTube or message to me, or people are telling me in person sometimes when I'm seeing you, etc. So that always helps as ideas. It looks like you've been locked into the Octo dungeon. Yes, I can. You can probably see my dog wandering around in the back corner there, but yeah, this is a change up. So for those that haven't seen it, it is the new area that I've got going on here. So we've got the I had to clear off some of my pops. The pop vinyls did used to cover that whole shelf, so I've cleared some of them off to put some other stuff from the old backdrop on there. So yeah, one of the things I did want to talk about tonight was the Rooshocks relaunch. So I will share my screen in a minute. So pretty much the feedback I was getting around the NFT project was it was a little bit confusing. People weren't really understanding, how it worked, what it was all about. So what I wanted to do is try and make it a little bit simpler for people to understand. So that was one of the big goals of it. So we've massively simplified the website, etc., and broken down the categories into 6 different categories, as you'll see here. That's the homepage. That's it. We're trying to make it simple. If it's still too confusing for you, you can go and book a session here with me directly, and I'll talk you through it. But that was the whole point: is how can I make this simpler for people to understand? And the whole point of it was, to try and introduce people to something different, trying to, innovate in my business, test, trial, learn. I've got clients who've now started their own NFT projects, so I wanted to have a better understanding myself and had a bit of fun with creating it. It's going to be there, and yeah, it has in there. I don't know if it's quite clicked with some people, but yeah, I've definitely enjoyed doing it. So I'm sure you're doing better than Funko's NFT drops at the moment. I still haven't got into the Funko NFTs. Maybe they should have a physical Funko piece with each NFT. Maybe that would help them. So yeah, so we've got I've split it into the 6 categories. The tax returns are still the same. As you see, when you go into each category, it's going to give you a bit of a spiel about what they are, what they come with, a couple of testimonies, how it all works, what the process is, and then you can come down. You can pick which character you want, how many are still remaining, etc. And so these ones are the ones that are priced at 0.08 ETH. The tax return is sold out. But everything else, they're priced at 0.08 ETH, and which comes to, where did I have it? Comes to at the moment around $191 Australian. So, when I'm charging $99 for a normal tax return, that's already at a wage. You're already getting over $100 off. So that's why I wanted to do those ones there. We then looked at the strategy session ones, which come with the 3 strategy sessions plus the tax return. So again, these ones are priced at 0.12 ETH, and you'll see these characters down here. So these ones are priced at 0.12 ETH, which currently sits around the $300 mark. So, for a strategy session, normally those ones there, I'm charging normally at least $110 for those sessions. So just the strategy sessions alone, you're getting 3 and you're getting it for cheaper in Australian dollars compared to what that would have been. So again, I wanted to price this at a point where it just was, a no-brainer for those that wanted to get involved, and I really had fun creating the different characters and stuff like that. So that was those couple there. We then had the tax planning sessions, which were mostly aimed at those that wanted a more in-depth tax planning session, something more in depth. And these would obviously be ideal for businesses and stuff like that. And if you've got a business, have a chat to me about these ones. Only a couple of the characters. They're a little bit more pricey because these are, more in-depth sessions, but they're there for you as well. And obviously, if anyone's got any questions, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay, feel free to chuck a question in and I'll try and answer it. This is one of the new ones I created that was exciting. So one of the new utilities with this relaunch is these ones here that they come with 12 tickets to crypto software training. So these are trainings I'll do depending on how many of these sell, etc. They'll either be quarterly or monthly, but pretty much you'll be able to access these live sessions. And these are where I can go through something like crypto tax calculator and go through how the software works, provide training and stuff. And then you can watch these on replays or watch them live, whatever suits you best. And then, you might feel like you've got enough skill set in that training, you can sell it to someone else. Like that's the whole point of this one. So a lot of people are, really struggling with reconciling their crypto taxes. And, for me to work one-on-one of them, it can come quite expensive because of the time-consuming nature of it. But to have this where they can go, I've got 12 sessions and 12 training sessions. Think of it a bit like a course where you can go across these. Obviously, the live sessions, you can ask questions, etc. And then when you feel like you know the software enough, you can sell it and someone else can get advantage of that. So, yeah, that was what I wanted to create with those ones there. And that's, the new utility one. We've still got the gifts. So these ones come with real world or digital gifts, depending on which one you purchase. So we've got some sports-related gifts here with the shoes and the soccer ball. The headphones that come with digital gifts and the book. So we do have a couple that do own the books. The others, we're still waiting for our first buyer. But yeah, we've already sent out 2 books to holders of the books. So that's been excited. So yeah, been exciting to see what happens with those. Got a question here from Andrew. If I use ETH to pay for my tax return, would I need to show that to the taxman next year? And if so, I assume that would be yes. Would I need to pay capital gains on it? Potentially, it just depends on your situation. So I obviously, if I'm going to work with someone with their tax return, I worked with a client today that owns a token, and we talked about their situation in particular. But there's a couple of ways we can structure it. We can either have that as a full tax deduction. We can show the capital gain on it if the ETH has gone up in value compared to that. Just depends on the situation. Definitely happy to chat. But yeah, in general, that I will make sure it's structured in a way where it works best for you from a tax deduction point of view and a simplification from record keeping. So everyone's situation is different. Everyone wants to treat them slightly different. But yeah, happy to have those conversations with people. So, and for those that aren't interested in the NFT project, I will talk some other tax stuff after this. I just want to go through. I don't plug it too often, but I do really want to get the message out there about it. So, and then the other one are these ones here that come with the we've got here. We've got the service credits. So just ignore that part there. I have to update that one. That is not correct. These ones are, so if something doesn't fit into the, into the other things, we've got 20% off services, these ones here, or a service credit where you can get a $300 Australian dollar credit. So depending on what suits you bet, you might want 20% off future services, or you just want to credit. So these are great for some business clients and stuff that want to get involved, want to support the project, but maybe it doesn't suit their other things of what the other utilities. So yeah, these ones come with server credits and service discounts. So yeah, overall that's a bit of an update on the project. I just wanted to go through it. A few of you have obviously checked it out. Do appreciate that. If you've got feedback or stuff on any of it, I'd love to answer your questions on it. Give me some of that feedback. If it's not something you don't understand why I'm doing it, etc. Definitely, I'm happy for those comments. No worries, Andrew. Appreciate you watching tonight. And yeah, so we'll wrap that part up. And yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about, and obviously if anyone's got any tax questions or anything like that, chuck them in the chat. I can go through them. But I want to talk a little bit briefly about August and beyond, what else is happening. So obviously it's still tax return, so doing a lot of individual tax returns at the moment. So with the individual tax returns, I'm seeing about a 1 to 2 week turnaround time, probably closer to the 1 week mark. The ATO do say they want to process all returns within a 2 week period. Obviously, some fall so outside of that. I think so far I've had 4 returns that haven't processed. That's out of a couple hundred that haven't processed quickly. One was held up due to some bank details that were incorrectly given to us, so we've had to re-update those. I've had a couple that have been held up because the ATO have to manually process some back pays, and those have to be manually done. So I put the data into the return, but they manually process that refunds. And we had another one where that was done on the 1st of July, and there was some information that wasn't given to me at the time. And so the ATO, once they got that, they were just amending that, just some paid parental leave. So, everything that's been held up has had a genuine reason as to why it's been held up, which makes me feel comfortable that, everything else is flowing through pretty quickly. The single touch payroll and the electronic lodgements that the ATO have now allow returns to be processed quite quickly, quite efficiently. Refunds hit accounts quite quickly, which is always good. Yeah, I've definitely had a range of different clients across a range of different. I think I've probably dealt with someone in multiple people in every state across Australia, which has been really cool. As always, yeah, it's good to see the client base growing in all different places. Some of these suburbs I've never heard of, and they're across all different. There's plenty of clients in Victoria, New South Wales. We've got dealing with some people from Tasmania, WA. Like, it's really good to see so many people from so many different areas. Obviously, I've still got quite a few here in South Australia, but it's been good. In other news, I'm off to Melbourne at the end of the month for a day or for a night for a crypto tax conference. So that's exciting. So yeah, hoping to pick up some more information there. Just chat to a few people I've met online and spoke to about some of these topics and some other accounts and stuff, and hear about some of that. And yeah, so that'll be good. So I'm excited to have that happen. So yeah, that's at the end of August. I'll be off to Melbourne. Yeah, so that's exciting, and trying to obviously keep ahead and find out what some of these people from that are involved in lawyers, and we've got some software providers and stuff like that, and see what else is happening, where a few changes are at. So I've been referring through the promise of donuts. I actually may go get some donuts after this live. So curious I was looking forward to. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up with a couple of people while I'm over in Melbourne as well. Oh no, sorry, I went to Melbourne earlier in the year for the tennis, but before that, it had been a while. So I haven't been to a in-person work conference outside of VCon for a number of years. Like, probably been, we're probably closing in maybe 4 to 5 years since I've been to an in-person conference / training. So besides outside of VCon, so I'm definitely excited for that. That'll be good. Chris wants some donuts over to his live. Maybe I'll have to bring you some donuts when I head over to Melbourne later this month, Chris. So yeah, that's something else that's happening in August. There was a Xerocon, but I'm not going to make it to this stage to that one because that was a week after as well. And yeah, so August will be a lot more individual returns. I'm starting to get into some of the more complex crypto returns. Some of those that have got small little businesses and stuff. And I've started working with some of my bigger business clients that needed returns done early, and that will continue to happen through August and September. So that's all happening. So yeah, the next couple of months will continue to be a lot of client work, which is always good. The YouTube channel, I will get more videos out, and hopefully, the hope is as the back end and going into 2023, I will get more of a consistent thing. The business is growing really well, and hopefully, my partner's been doing some work for me as well, some admin work. But we, hopefully, in the stage over the next 6 to 12 months, I'm about to bring someone else in to help with some of the content creation of just splitting up some of those YouTube videos and getting more content out to you guys. So that's the goal, to continue. So the YouTube channel in July was probably the best months I've ever had on YouTube. Well, it was the best months I've ever had on YouTube. So the analytics look really good. Lots of people coming in. It was tax time. I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, some crazy, few days where I typically am getting 10 to 15 hours of watch hours a day, and a few days there were 40 plus. So that was really cool to see so many people checking out so many different videos, which is really good. So yeah, hopefully that translates into me being able to work with a few more of you one-on-one, which would be really good. So yeah, that's some of the things. Like, there's definitely been some interesting challenges across some tax returns this year. Like, crypto's obviously definitely seen a few people with some big losses, but at the same time, some people have made some good gains and stuff like that. Working with a lot of different individuals and stuff like that. So yeah, I just want to jump on, touch base with everyone, talk about the NFT project quickly. If anyone's got any questions, make sure you send me a private message about the NFT project. I'm definitely happy to have a chat. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you head over there. We've definitely, and especially in the first half of July, it was quite busy in there. A lot of questions being asked. So definitely appreciate it. And there's a few of you guys that I know always check out and always drop out and help each other out. So that's appreciated. So I try to get back to people as much as I can, and I will try and give out as much advice, etc. So are you moving into becoming a reseller? It seems that it's mandatory to have a beard. Well, I did buy some stuff from a op shop. I'm going to say November last year, with the goal of just doing a little bit of reselling. It was going to be a YouTube video. It never happened. We did finally get around to listing those items back in June, and we sold one thing that we bought for $3 and sold it for $30 of some books. So made, I think, $18 profit after postage and fees. So that was fun. I wish I had the time to go reselling and do it all the time, but maybe it could be a weekend thing one time, every now and often, maybe once a month or something. But yes, no plans to invade you guys' full-time reselling anytime soon. But yes, I did have one success there. So it is possible for those that want to go and check out someone like Chris's channel. I've spoke to Chris on this channel a couple of times talking about reselling, and there's plenty of you guys out there that are doing it and making good money off it. So I've worked with a few of them already this year, and it's awesome to see the growth in some of those reselling businesses. So that's been awesome. So hope you're all well, and I will. Yeah, I've got the video coming out on Sunday, private health and tax. So make sure you check that one out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.